I'm gonna give you guys a quick demo on how we actually did the chicken breast, all right? So this is the Cuisinart home food processor that I've had since I told my wife I knew how to cook. No, that's exactly, you got it, okay. This is fajita chicken, already cooked, all right, straight from the Kroger. I have not heated this. You certainly could heat it and it'll react a little bit differently in the silicone mold. They fall out more easily if this is hot, but it's not required. So we put it in. The first step, you know, we can actually cruise through this for a second. This example comes from long-term care, and you need to jump in if you find anything to contradict this. So we're in a facility and I've got 6 purees. Today is chicken. I finish cooking everything. I take 6 portions of the chicken. I put it in the food processor. I usually add a little bit of moisture, some drippings, a little bit of broth, because the first step typically is get all the lumps and all the solids out of it. So we essentially take it to a liquid, and then we start adding starch to tighten it back up. And the people who are good at it, have been doing it a long time, know how much starch to put in now, knowing I'm gonna put it back on steam table for 30 minutes, because that's gonna continue to impact. And that's where we say that making purees by hand is a little more art than science, because if you don't know how it's gonna look with the cornstarch in it in 10 or 20 or 30 minutes, then you'll end up putting in too much cornstarch and then it's more solid than you need, and then you have to come back and then you end up diluting because you're going back and forth, the pendulum's missing the spot. So the beauty of this recipe, and this will be a little bit loud, so I've just taken the chicken, I'm gonna pulse it until I've got that chicken crumbled, and this is just dry crumbled breadcrumb consistency chicken. I will take some honey thick that Leslie thickened up for me. All right, that's what this is, just water. If I was doing chicken, I would take some chicken broth or some of the drippings, or use some soup base perhaps, but in this example, just to show you how it works. So I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna add honey thick, Simply Thick through the top until it looks like it has, having done this before, and again, it's part art. I'll know what I'm looking for when I get it. And you don't have to give it all day, usually. And a couple times we'll have to reach in here and make sure I've got it off the sides. And depending on the piece of equipment being used in any facility, sometimes they spend more time scraping off the sides than they do actually processing it.
You know about how many ounces of meat are in there?
There are 6 ounces of meat in this package. All of it
So it's
made
about
it
2
in.
3-ounce servings, and he used about 2 ounces of the.
Yeah, because you made,
4. That's exactly the
Yeah,
ratio
so
I
this
used.
is-
I just
yeah.
used pudding.
so there's about half of it left.
Yeah.
So I've already put the pan spray inside the mold, all right? That's the key. You put it, silicone mold works great. And this is, so we had a chef at a facility in Michigan, Continuum of Care. It's the kind of property that has a chef, okay? So know that. But
Where I want to end up.
they, right, we should all do so well as our last stop. But the chef stumbled into the pureed food molds, made in Australia, pureedfoodmolds.com. So we don't sell these, we show them to a lot of people. We should have got some action on that, now that I think about it. But the idea is, they're silicone. And if you guys, at Subway for example, you get your sandwich heated at Subway, they put it on that little black mesh tray, that's silicone. That lasts 10,000, 15,000 cycles in that Turbo Chef machine they've got, which is half microwave, half oven. So if it'll take that, this sheet at 20 to 22 bucks is gonna last as long until you lose it, is how long it's gonna last in the average facility. So this, I believe, is a 3-ounce portion of chicken
Yes.
in this mold.
Yeah.
All right, and then we tried desperately to get it in without putting too much.
Okay.
So once you get this mold kind of to start, and it's out, and now I've got a chicken breast.
Wow.
And now your patient knows that it's chicken and not some kind of meat.
Not just
Right.
a scoop, Mr.
Right.
Or I
We
can't
always
tell
just
if it's
thought
the mashed
Mr.
potatoes or because they both got brown gravy on it and they're both the same shape. So that works really well. I can freeze that on the plate, I can freeze it in a mold, I can do 6, I can do lots of different things.
Okay, so I have a tangent for you.
Fire away.
Okay, working in dialysis,
Okay, many of the places, you know, long-term care, supported living center, whatever, but they use potato starch to thicken their foods, which obviously is higher in potassium.
Right.
And you've got all these dialysis patients. I know that there's potassium in SimplyThick. I'm wondering which is gonna be higher in potassium, the SimplyThick or the
We've got the
potato
nutritional.
starch?
I didn't see it in.
I knew you
that.
asked
Oh, there it is.
You knew I was gonna
And
use
we
it?
don't have it listed in
What is the
in the
question?
new version. The potassium level,
I think it's,
um,
this
the-
is the new one.
yeah, that's not on there.
Oh, sodium
It's
is,
sodium,
not
20 milligrams. But the
not
old
potassium.
version it doesn't even look like 10 milligrams. So I know for a fact that it's
Okay.
pretty neutral for dialysis. That is the beauty of it. And the diabetics, and the cholesterol. I mean, it's so neutral. And lactose free and
Gluten-free.
gluten free, kosher.
Crohn's patient, like my mom has Crohn's. So like somebody like that has those kinds of issues, would it?
There's
be safe?
nothing in it to disturb anything.
Nothing to
You know,
irritate.
it's so negligible, the
Good.
little bit of fiber that's in it,
Okay.
you know, and it's good gut fiber, it's no problem.
Great.